everybody's having a good Wednesday. Let's move this microphone. I'm not using it. There we go. Hi. Got the full setup going today. I got my earbud in. You can see it. I can hear. I can talk. And I'm completely unencumbered by wires. It's miraculous. The marvels of the modern technology. There you go. All right, so we do a little bit of a unusual stream today because I don't usually stream on Wednesdays. But we are going to finish these skeletons today, and we are doing the metal. It's a very metal day. So we're going to use some dwarven iron here. Also got a fresh camera angle for our camera or painting camera. We're using my phone. So it looks nice and crisp and clean. I'm hoping that we get finished with everything today so I can put these skeletons away. Whoa, 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 what's going on? What's happening? Why is my phone doing that? Is it zooming in? Wow, that's too close. Why are you doing that? I mean, you can see it really well, but we don't want to... Oh, wow. How's that work? Interesting. Okay, so... Ah, okay. I see. It's doing something weird. There we go. I love experimenting with new technology. Oops. I keep forgetting I can't minimize that window. Ha! Okay. Are you going to focus? Why is what I want you to focus on out of focus? These are the questions that we ask ourselves. Okay, I think that fixed it. We're experimenting still. It's all new stuff. We're just working on getting it to work the way we want it to. Which is also part of the reason why I'm streaming today, is because I want to try to get the setup to work appropriately. Interesting. I'm working on trying to get it to focus, because right now it seems like the model is out of focus. So focus. Maybe I need to move the camera back a little bit more. Maybe I just need to widen the shot. No, it's still, the camera itself is out of focus. Or the model itself is out of focus. So I'm trying to figure out, this software obviously was not meant for this particular usage. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get it to work the way I want to. Nope. Nope. If I use that one and just sort of zoomed in really well. Nope, the model is still really out of focus for some reason. It's really weird. Truly bizarre. We'll find that magic angle. Okay, I think that's better. You think the camera on the phone would automatically focus? We're troubleshooting some of this a little bit here, just because I want to make sure that this looks good, you know? Yeah, okay. That looks alright. So we'll go with that. Alright. Painting. That's what we came here for. Not fiddling with my setup. Nobody's here for that. There's a fair amount of silver on these guys. On all of them, actually. One of the things the issues I'm gonna run into is some of these sides are really close to the face. So I'm gonna have to try not to get silver paint on the skulls at the same time as I'm painting the scythe. Because if I don't have to go back over any of the model with colors I've already used, I would rather not. But if I have to, I have to. You know how it is. Okay. It figured out where it was supposed to be. That's good. I'm already kind of hot today because I was just fixing, prepping dinner for tonight. So I had to do a little bit of cooking this morning, so I'm already warm. So the hat is not making me any cooler. And I figured I'd wear it because I can wear it on it. I can wear it on stream now. I think that's all the silver. Yeah, this guy's got like the silver shoulder pads and the silver shoulder pads, pauldrons, and a little gorget here holding the pauldrons together. And he's got like this big gauntlet here. And the scythe, of course, needs to be silver. And we've got these little spalders on the side that are silver. So that's about all the silver that's on those. The archers and the archers have a little bit of silver on them, not too much. Just the points of their arrows, probably, and their chainmail coifs. But other than that, I'm just seeing that I didn't paint the brown on this glove for this one. I thought I got them all, but apparently I did not. This one also has a wonky arm, if you can see. That is not my doing. That is just the way that the model came out. So I'm not going to futz with it too much. If I mess with it and break it, I'll have to re-glue it, which will be an annoying exercise. Just because you have to super glue these things, because plastic glue does not work on these particular types of model or minis, because they're not the right type of plastic. So you have to just use super glue, and then that can take a little while to dry, and also it could still be brittle and fall off. And also, I find super glue incredibly annoying to work with, just because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just me, but I've never gotten a good bottle of super glue. It either dries way too fast in the bottle, and does not come out, or it's like super runny and gets everywhere when you try to use it, and you can't get anywhere precise with it because it's so runny. So those are the two flavors of super glue that I've been dealing with. I have some Gorilla Glue, the gel version that I typically use. When I first got it, it was super duper runny. Like, I'm like, this is supposed to be gel. It's not supposed to be that runny. And it was more like liquid glue. Or like water, like really watered down super glue. And now it's actually like solidified into a gel, so I can kind of use it. But I don't know, it seems to not be as hardy as I want it to be, so I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe I'm just get bad luck with glue. But I'm not a huge fan of using it if I don't have to. Hey, Rom. I'm sorry that you're sick, but I'm glad that you're hanging out. Today's probably going to be a little bit of a short stream because I don't usually stream on Wednesdays. But I wanted to get these skeletons finished, and I wanted to test my new setup. I'm a little annoyed because it still looks like the model's out of focus. I don't know if you're seeing that or if that's just me. So let me know if you think the model is out of focus, but it feels out of focus to me. And I don't know why. It's not too bad. I guess I'm just being kind of overly critical, I suppose. I might try some other, like, camera software or camera platforms or apps or whatever you want to call them to try to get this thing to work. I'm kind of annoyed because you have to pay for all of them. Like, they want you to pay to, like, take off the watermarks and to, like, have, like, 1080p resolution. And I'm willing to pay for it, but the problem is they all want these they either want monthly subscriptions or they want you to pay, like, a $60 license. And I'm just like, I don't know that I want to pay that much money for a camera app. Because, I mean, I'm not getting that much value out of it. So you couldn't tell. I guess that makes sense if you're feeling sick. But I don't know. It's like, I don't know why you would pay monthly for a thing like that. It's not like they have to host it or anything like that. And I mean, I understand you want to make your money. You put your time and effort into making a thing. So I get it. But I don't know, that just seems a little expensive. But everything's expensive now. Thank you, JJ. Glad you like the hat. I got it from a man in a shadowy alley who said, if you wear this hat, you will be wearing a wizard hat. And I said, well, that's good enough for me. Okay, next skeleton. It's just that we're down. We did 3. No, here's some more. Getting all these notifications, Steam notifications in the corner of my eye for people playing Final Fantasy Tactics. They're not all playing Final Fantasy Tactics. It's just the one that I keep getting notification. I see one person, I guess they're firing up the game, but then closing it out and then doing it again. But I was playing it last night. I was having a ball. It's a very good remaster. If you like Final Fantasy Tactics. If you've never played Final Fantasy Tactics, it's a great way to get into it because it's got a lot of quality of life stuff that we didn't have in the old versions of the game. At least not easily accessible. Hooking predators on Roblox? Oh my god. Too much. Sounds like a dangerous game. I'm pretty sure that's all that's on Roblox. At least that's my my interpretation of it. I don't know. Never played it because I'm not a sex predator. Because I'm pretty sure that's all that's on Roblox is children and predators. If you're an adult man or woman that plays Roblox, I have questions. It's either that or I guess or you're playing so you can play the game with your child to make sure that they don't get in trouble on there. That would make sense, I guess. It's one of those games that I have zero interest in. Okay. That's another skelly boy. I feel like the metal's going pretty quick here. Maybe that's just my weird perception of time. Sure. Again, nobody should be flirting with anybody on Roblox. Disgusting. But be careful, Rom. I think that you're smart enough to know how to deal with those kinds of people. I do not endorse trafficking with perverts, though. Lots of skelly mans. Happy October, everyone. It's time for spooks and frights. Ooh. Is this doing anything for anybody? Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. It's time to paint those skelly boys and leave your woes behind. We're so sorry, skeletons, you know you're misunderstood. You only want to socialize, but I don't think we should. It is spooky. That's very good, Rom. I'm glad you're careful enough to know. And it is spooky season, officially. And you know how I know it's spooky season? It's because the stores already have the Christmas stuff out. Literally, went to the hardware store this week. Went to Lowe's. Not a sponsor. To pick up some equipment, or to pick up some wood putty because I needed to fix a door, and they had front and center in the showroom big ass Frosty the Snowman. It was ridiculous. I'm like, guys, it is September 29th. That is the day that I went to the store. And I was like, it is not even October yet when I arrived at the store. And you already have Christmas decorations out. Come on. What are we doing here, folks? I know we've had Halloween decorations out since August, but that's because people want it. People want the Halloween. I want Halloween. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. Because I like all the spooky stuff. But, you know, come on, guys. Don't go putting out friggin' Frosty the Snowman. And, Rudolph and his friends before Halloween has even had its day in the sun or in the moonlight, you know. However you want to look at it. This is just the old man yells at cloud segment. So my phone was vibrating. I thought I had like a message or something. But no. Friggin' love Halloween, man. Is that really where my focus point is? It's such a narrow focus. There we go. That's better. It's probably for the best, Rom. Probably for the best. Best. Wow, I can't talk today. Whew. Probably not a good idea for me to stream if I can't talk. Just keep my mouth shut. I'll just paint. That's what everybody's here for anyway. That's not true. Nobody's here for the painting. I think most of the time people come to the stream to either have something on the background while they paint, which I fully support, or just have some noise while, you know, they're doing their own thing. And I support that too. Do whatever you want. I'm just painting, man. I'm working through my backlog. I hope everybody is working through theirs. Good. Torn between building Stormcast or playing Pal World. Well, sickly clip. I'm so sorry you're sick, Rom. I'm glad you're taking the day off of work, though, because I don't know. Just the dad in me feels bad when a sick person is working. I just feel like, you know, it's like, go home. Just go home. Get well. But yeah, it's I've painted while I was sick before, and you know, I think it's fine. I think, you know, you just take it easy. But I mean, Pal World is also there, I guess. I never played it. It never really had that much interest to me. There's a lot of things I don't like about Pal World. I don't like the gun-toting Pokemon thing. I know they're not Pokemon, but the legally distinct Pokemon. I just find that, I also find the idea that you can eat them kind of disturbing, but that's just because, like, I have this weird thing that about, like, eating a sentient creature. When I mean sentient, I mean, like, it can, like, Because yeah, I've watched Pokemon, and that's all I'm going to think about when I'm thinking about the pals. Like, you know, I'm thinking about, like, you know, oh, these are like Pokemon, and I wouldn't want to eat a Pokemon because they obviously have thoughts and feelings, and they, you know, they're creatures with intelligence. And I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat regular meat. I don't eat regular meat anyway, so the fact that, you know, I don't eat Pokemon, I don't want to eat Pokemon is not exactly hypocritical for me, but I don't eat regular animals either. Not saying that other people shouldn't, you know, to each their own. I don't care what other people do with their lives, but I'm just not going to do it. My watch keeps telling me to exercise, and I don't want to. I'm painting, dang it. Stop telling me to exercise when I'm painting. You're choosing the Stormcast. Ah, that's probably not a bad idea. Painting backlog is always nice to get through. Yeah, I saw that you said you worked for the past 2 days sick. Yeah, I've tried to work sick before, but every single time I'm just like, I go in, I feel like crap, and I'm just like, you know what? I've got to go home. I'm not doing anybody any good here. In fact, I'm probably just getting other people sick. Especially if I'm working in a place where it's like of a close proximity to people. Yeah, I don't want to work out. I'm painting. I don't want to work out. Don't make me. Yeah, the other thing, the worst thing that I've ever done while I felt sick was I had to travel. I wasn't actually sick. I had just gotten the COVID vaccine, and the next day, my wife and I were flying. Oh, good. Cool. But I had to fly the next day. We were going to go visit my wife's family, and I had just gotten the COVID vaccine the day before. And usually, like, I mean, I hadn't gotten a vaccine in years because I'm ancient. And I got this vaccine, and the next morning, I felt like dog shit. Like, I had a fever, and, like, you know, the only thing I could do is, like, you know, I was like, you know, I'm not sick, I just have a fever, because my body's working to try to, like, you know, use the vaccine. And I didn't have any other symptoms, just a fever. So I was like, all right, I'm going to just break this fever. We're going to get on this plane. We're going to fly up. And we're going to... And I'm going to hopefully feel better. So I did all the flying. Did everything that we needed to do with that. Got to my wife's family's place. And then that, I was like, I need to go lie down. Because I was just feeling like crap again. So I just laid down. And I literally just went to bed and just slept the whole night. I slept like probably close to 11 hours that night. But the next day I was perfectly fine. If I didn't have to travel, I probably would have just, you know, spent the whole day in bed or whatever. And not had to worry about any of it, but since I did have to travel... Oops. Since I did have to travel, I, probably ended up making myself feel worse. But, you know, it is what it is, right? You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But I'm glad you helped somebody with paints and you got that validation. You know? That's what's important. Very nearly done with the regular monopose skeletons. We've got 4 more. And then we'll add the shade. And then we'll add a highlight, and that'll be it. Zonated! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Wow. A package. Good. How many skellies I got total? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 altogether. And out of those, I have the silver painted on 8 of them. So we're just about, you know, just about halfway through. Very close. Got all the silver on this one, just about. But we're close to being done with the Skellymen. After we do the silver, that's the last step we got to do for these guys, and all my Skellymen will be done. So now we got 3 more of these ones with the sides. So. Alrighty, we're getting there. It's very warm in my house. I'm gonna go check my thermostat here in a second. Usually I could just check it on my phone, but I'm using that phone as my camera. So I'll have to go and check it here in a second. It just feels like it's kind of hot in here. Turn down the air conditioner. It also might just be the hat. The wizard is in action. That's what he's doing. He's doing the action. The action is painting. I feel like it's just so narrow. 'Cause it just keeps like I keep going out of frame with these guys. Yeah, it's better anyway. I think you can actually see what's going on. Alright, we're very close. Keep saying that. I'll stop saying that. Alright. That's another window. We got 2 more of those scythe guys left. I'm gonna go check on that. Welcome back! I'm gonna go check on the thermostat real quick. I'll be right back. Hi, Ice. Yes, I did. I'm back. See you checking me out on Twitch. Awesome. Yes, welcome back. I did fix my door. I got my door fixed. I also had to go turn that thermostat down because my air was at like unreasonably hot. We'll just put it that way. It's very warm for October right now, let me tell you. Starting to cool down, though. I got my door fixed, but thanks for coming in and hanging out, Ice. Alright, this is the second to last scythe skelly that I have. God, I wish I needed gloves. Nice. I wish I needed gloves and a headband. I love the cold. That's not a lie. That's the truth. I would much rather be cold than hot. Ugh, and I live in the wrong part of the United States for that. I live in the southeast. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, they're almost done. We just have to do the silver on all of them, and then they'll be finished. The model will. I'll have to base them still, but that's... I do that off stream, and it's very simple what I do. I just do a texture paint on the base, and then I do a shade and a dry brush, and that's it. Because these are for a board game, so I don't want to get too fancy with the basing, because they're going to be picked up and handled a lot and stored, and anything that you put on the base is like that, like loose, is going to get knocked off eventually. So simple basing is where it's at when you're painting board game miniatures. I would love it if we got snow where I live, but we never do. I think we got snow last year, though, actually, which is surprising. Yeah, I like to have a little bit of a fancy base when I'm, like, painting my armies and stuff like that for, like, Warhammer or whatever. I like to make the bases look really interesting and cool for them. But for something like this... It's a huge board game with a ton of frickin' miniatures, and they all have to look like relatively the same, or the same, and I know that they're gonna get handled, they're gonna get knocked over, they're gonna get, like, you know, they're gonna get moved about quite a lot. If I had anything, like, interesting or fancy on them, it's just gonna get knocked off anyway. So there's no point in, like, trying to, like, add, like, a lot of, like, flocking or anything onto the bases or whatever. So, because it's just going to come off. So, yeah, it's just my personal opinion, though. Alright, that's one more. I think we got everything on there. Looks like it. So we just got one more of the scythe skeletons. And then we move on to the unique sculpts and the archers. The archers have very little metal on them. The unique sculpts have a little bit more. The archers and the unique sculpts will also take a little bit of extra time, because they have a few other colors that I'll need to put on them. have a nice day, Ice, or evening. Yeah, it's not even noon here. So, yeah, I'll have a nice day. I'm sorry you don't like the cold, Ron. I love the cold. I want to be cold. I wish I was cold right now, honestly. I do not like the heat. I grew up in the southeast and I've never liked the heat. The only thing that's good about the heat is that I can go swimming. And I haven't been able to go swimming in many years, so I have no reason to like the heat. Carefully, there we go. Not trying to get silver paint on the skeleton's face. Yeah, send that German coolness right my way. Yeah, autumn is honestly my favorite time of year. I like those temperatures. Freezing temperatures are not as fun just because like the world shuts down here if we get any snow. But like, you know, if I gotta wear a coat outside, I'm happy. Yeah. I'm also perfectly happy wearing like a t-shirt and long pants. That's good. That's good weather. But this summer, I mean, it approached the triple digits far too many times for me to be happy. This morning it was like in the 60s and it felt actually cool outside, which was nice. But it won't last. I mean, it's already starting to get too hot. Alright, that was our last scythe skeleton. I think I still managed to get silver on the skeleton. Of course I did. See? A little blob of silver on his head. Yeah, see, coats are great, you know? I love fall fashion, you know? I love bundling up and you know, wearing warm clothes and drinking hot beverages and eating hot food, you know, that kind of thing is great to me. Oh my god, it's all snagging together. So, that's why I prefer the fall. and the winter even for that matter. But I'm in the minority. I'm in the vast minority when it comes to my preference of weather. And the cool thing is that I don't really get that cold. Like I run hot generally, like temperature wise, like I always feel hot. So in cold weather I actually feel like pretty comfortable. While other people are like chattering away, I'm just like, this is nice. Much to my wife's chagrin. She gets cold very easily. Whereas I'm just like, you know, bring it on. Bring on the cold weather. She's just like, you're insane. She also grew up in the Northeast, so it's a lot colder for it was a lot colder in her youth than mine. But I still much prefer cold weather. Always have cold hands and feet. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. That's a problem that I don't know what it is. My wife always has cold hands and feet too. Her hands and feet are almost always cold. These guys have a lot of silver on them. A lot of armor. Chainmail. That kind of thing. Very cool, though. I like this alternate sculpt of skeleton. You don't like the gaze your cat gives you? Like, is she gonna bite you? I think that that's a very cat thing to do. Just bite you for no reason. Just like, oh, your arm looks delicious. I think I just might honk. And then you fuss at them, and then they realize, and they're like, "What did I do?" The joys of cat ownership. You predated my arm. Yeah. It's a very cat thing to do. And then you fuss at them and they're like, what did I do? Like, you know what you did. Dasu99 raiding with a party of 4. Wow, thank you for the raid, Dasu. Welcome on in, everybody. We're painting some skelly mans. I don't know if I have a shout out macro, but I might. Hold on, let me try it. Let me see if I can do a shout out. I do! Haha! Dasu! 99. Last painting, doing models and miniatures, of course. What were you painting? May I ask? Focus, camera. Focus. Your Armored Clash army. Ooh, what is Armored Clash? Not quite at painting. Okay. Oh, a 10mm epic scale wargame. Ooh, that sounds fun. I have never played a game that with that small of a scale. I can imagine that painting those is going to be a challenge. But welcome on in. Yeah, we've been painting HeroQuest skeletons for the past couple of days. I don't usually stream on Wednesdays, but I might start. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, 10mm would be a challenge for me as well. I'm just trying to think to myself, like, you know, that scale is like the amount of, like, you know, teeny tiny pieces you gotta deal with. That's intimidating to me, not gonna lie. Whoa, earthquake. Calm down. We're gonna figure out this focus situation at some point. I'm using my phone as my camera, but for some reason, it does not want to focus on the models. It wants to focus on, like, my hands or something. Weird, but yeah. Well, welcome on in. Very glad to have you. He just wanted to try the noodle arms. The tentacles. I think there's an octopus in there somewhere. But we've got, sorry, I didn't mean to bop my mic. So we've got, we just got to put the silver on these skeletons and we're done. When it comes to these guys. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more skeletons we need to put silver on, so. Very nearly done with them. The archers and these unique sculpted skeletons will probably have a few other colors that I need to put on them, but that won't take as long as the principal colors, which this is the 3rd day that I've painted these guys, and we are just about done. And we should be done today. All right. Well, thanks for the raid, Dasu. And yeah, lurk away. I hope you have a good dinner. If you came in with Dasu's raid, welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't be afraid to talk in chat. Don't be shy. I don't bite, neither does Rom. Rom hangs out on my streams most days when they're not working. It's okay. Don't take it personally. They're probably they're just vibing, you know? That's what we do here. But welcome on in if you came in with the raid. I am the Blue Wizard. I paint models. Yeah, that's about it. That's cool, Zonated. You lurk away. Lurkers are viewers. Don't let anybody tell you differently. I really like the chainmail on these skeletons. They're very cool. Irony. I like your name. It's very ironic. Ooh, you cooking. What you cooking? And welcome. If I might ask what you're cooking. Ooh, pumpkin risotto. That sounds delicious. I love pumpkin and I love risotto. So those two things together would be absolutely wonderful. Or did the sword? Yes, I did. Alrighty, come on. We're very nearly done, ladies and gentlemen, with these, There we go. That is all the silver on the alternate sculpts. They have much more silver on them than the regular ones. But it's worth it. They're really cool looking. Alright, so we are finished with, just to give us a quick recap and to catch everybody up who's came in with the raid, we finished putting the silver on these. There are 12 of these. And I have finished putting silver on all 12. And there are 2 of these particular sculpts of miniature. And I have put it on both of these. And now we have 5 of these skeletal archers to put silver on. And they are fairly limited in the silver department. Looks like we're just going to have it on their, like, the bracers, the chainmail, and the tips of their arrows. At least that's all that looks silver to me. Be very careful with the silver on the chest there. The bow and arrow will be a different color of brown, probably. But I haven't decided yet which color to use. So, once I do, that'll be the last step for these guys, probably, is the finishing touches, if you will. Okay. Alright, we'll start with the back here. And I'm not too worried about flooding the chainmail with silver. I'm going to hit these guys with the shade. Because I always shade my metallics, and that way we won't lose any of that chainmail. But at the same time, if some black stays in the recesses, that is okay with me. What do you eat? Soup, soup, or soup? Let me go with soup. Yeah. Soup. Or maybe actually soup. Yeah, go with the soup actually. Actually, I changed my mind. Go with the soup. Oop. Scoot that guy over. I'm glad I could help, Rom. It's a hard decision. Yeah. Yeah. I know it's a difficult decision. I'm glad I could help you make it. Alrighty, that's one. 4 more archers. Righty. I don't know why I decided to paint these bracers metal. I guess they could have been leather bracers, but I don't know. Something about them just said metal to me. So, that's what they are. Keep getting all these notifications on my phone, and I'm just like, chill. I should have put it on Do Not Disturb mode. I'm secretly hoping I get an email from the place that I got a job interview at.
Sloppy.
Oh God, I biffed it. When did I biff it? I didn't do it. I'm not sloppy. There we go. That's 2 archers down. Yeah. When I used to do that when I used to play more video games on this channel, and I know that when I biffed it, I would people would play that sound. But yes, I can definitely hear sound alerts now. I can hear everything because I got my earbud in. I figured out how to get it to work. Cause my I had to download drivers for the wireless antenna that came with my motherboard. I'm just now realizing that they all have chainmail skirts. So I'm gonna have to go back and paint those, but we'll do that after. Come on, guys, you should have caught that. I guess I really did biff it. It really was sloppy. I can't be the only person in the world who's been painting something and then realized, oh, there's a detail that I completely missed. Yeah, I'm not the only one. It's at least I caught it, you know. And it wasn't a situation where I painted all 5 of them and then I looked at the last one and I was like, oh snap. But I've done that before, where I've painted an entire squad and realized, oh, I forgot to paint X. And I'm ashamed to say sometimes I just said, well, I guess X just isn't going to get painted then. But usually it's more like, oh, I'll go back and paint that later. And then I never do. And then I'll play a game with it and I'll notice it and I'll be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to go back and paint that. I'll go do that when I get home. And I never do. That's usually how it goes. What's the new word in your vocabulary, Ron? What you got? Biffed. Yep, it's a good one. I biffed it. It means to mess something up. Alrighty. Went back and corrected my terrible mistake. Hey, don't forget the chainmail skirt there, Mr. Wizard. Thank you. Yep, I just responded to myself. Some people say talking to yourself is a sign of genius or insanity. I say, why not both? getting into hyper focus mode. Because I'm at the home stretch, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. Ugh. Irony! Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out, Irony. Where do you want to go? I don't know. Yeah, I do the same thing all the frickin' time, man. It is just my default mode. I just talk to myself constantly. Sometimes it's the only person I have to talk to. Whoop. Yep, that's what it is. That is what it is. I'm also just now realizing that these arrows go all the way down on the thing. So we'll go back and we'll do just that little bit that I missed. Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, you can clearly see on the arrow where the shaft meets the arrowhead. So it just happens to line up with the bow itself, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Ah. think. Yep. There we go. What you're tisming on? Okay, so I needed. Let's see what we got. Ah. Oh, that's cool. What is it, Zonated? Is it a mask or what the hell is it? It's a mask. Oh, that's pretty cool. Are you so you're doing it for a con, or are you a superhero that you're not telling us? Oh, it's both. Okay, it's for the con. So you are a superhero, but you're also doing it for a con. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Okay. Ladies, gentlemen, everybody else, we have officially put the base coat for silver on all of our skeletons. Hooray! Oh, gosh. Aha! RSI. Okay. So now we just need to shade them all. We're going to use a little bit of a bigger brush for that. Yes, hooray! Woo! We did it. Using an old can of gnome oil. Can? Pot. It's a pot. Alright. Trying to go too crazy with the wash. Some Brigade Gray. I don't think I need any on there. You never have too much Brigade Gray. Still have trouble saying that one. It's Brigade Gray. Thank you for the applause. Yes, I can pronounce things occasionally. Alrighty. Whew. Let's get the scythe blade first before we go crazy with this color. I'm laughing because it just, as I turn this guy over, I discover I never painted the back of the scythe. Whoo boy. That's fun. Okay. Wow. That's very funny. Okay. Well, I think if there was ever a symbol that I need to take a break and stop streaming for a little while, I think that might be it. So, I'm going to bring us over to chatting. I'm going to also figure out this camera situation. I need to find a better app to that will actually focus on, you know, actually focus on my my minis as I'm painting them, and not just my hands, which doesn't help anybody. Oops. Alrighty. Come here. There we go. Alright. Well, I will probably finish these guys off stream. I had said that yesterday. But, today I mean it. I'm hungry. It's almost 12:30 here. And, yeah. So, if you came in over from, Dasu's, stream with the... Yeah, I'm thinking that's, yep, Dasu. I was trying to remember. If you came in with Dasu's stream, thank you very much for hanging out. Keep an eye on my Instagram, @BlueWizardStudio. Follow me on there if you want to see my finished products and stuff like that. A lot of times I will post finished stuff over there. And, yeah. So I'm going to find somebody who we can raid out to. Let's see who's I want to see who's doing miniatures and models that might be interesting or that I know. Zumikito, I follow him on YouTube, but I don't know how his streams are. Take a look. So, yeah, we're gonna raid out here in just a second. Let's look. He's painting something very... Oh, he's painting a Age of Sigmar model. But all right, so let's check. Yay, ads. Zonated. Thank you for the money, Zonated. All right, so we'll raid. I don't know if Zumikito even takes raids, but you know, we'll give it a shot. I'll just copy and paste his name here. Yeah, the ads. You give me money for the ads. 3 cents. Yeah, man. Thanks for the money. All right, we're rating Zumikito. Cool with our 4 viewers. Yeah, let's raid. Okay, guys. Sub raid is broken, so don't worry about it. But /raid. Whoop. /raid. Or exclamation mark raid. I think that's what it is. Yeah? Exclamation mark raid? Yeah, that's the one. And oh, that's even the wrong name. So I have to fix both of my macros. So don't worry about the raid message. But we're gonna raid Zumikito. I like his videos. So hopefully his stream is just as fun. All right, well, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I really had a lot of fun, as usual. Don't stream on Wednesdays usually, but maybe I'll start. It seems like a popular day for people to come on. So, hey, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to go get some lunch here in a second. Love you all. Bye-bye.